Meghan Markle, I would argue, probably really doesn't value fatherhood all that much. She talks constantly how important it is to be a mother, the influence that she's having on her daughter, and we know that she doesn't have a relationship with her own father or her father in law. And so when it came to Father's Day, a lot of people were wondering, how would Meghan Markle approach the day for Prince Harry? Because she was sure to definitely post a photo ASAP on the morning of Mother's Day. But for Harry, it wasn't until about 3 o'clock, I think, Eastern time or something like that, that we finally got something. And while it was a video montage, because obviously she's figured out videos do better, I've actually been saying that since the jump, but it's what she wrote that's really surprising. But what's odd is that Megan very much waxed on and on about motherhood in her own post, but she doesn't mention really Harry as a father. She just says he's the best. He's the greatest guy. It's like, could you not muster up just a little bit more? So, we're going to look at this today, real quick here, and just examine again a reflection, I think, of where Meghan Markle stands on a particular issue. Because unfortunately for her, her Instagram is a lot more revealing about her personality, her actual viewpoints, and everything than I think she believes that we are attuned to. So, again, we're going to explore a little bit of this today. But if you guys haven't been to Royal News Network before, my name is Brittany. I do provide compelling royal commentary. So, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you back. And obviously, I am still traveling. I'm not in my usual setup. So, again, we're going to keep the Crown Report section here very, very brief just because it helps with editing. I'm actually got to get packed up to head home. So, let's go ahead and just get into do a little bit of the fun stuff. So we did have the Order of the Garter ceremony today. There were actually no new inductees into the Order of the Garter, but we did have Catherine making a return after skipping last year because of her cancer treatments. And we also saw Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh. And we have Prince Edward and obviously Prince William, King Charles, Queen Camilla, all attending and being a part of the Order of the Garter festivities. And I am curious when Catherine will be inducted. I don't think, though, it will be until maybe later. I think Sophie should get it before Catherine, to be quite honest, because Sophie has been very, 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 very dedicated to serving the crown. And I think that deserves to be rewarded. The Duchess of Gloucester only got hers either in 2024 or 2023. I can't remember which one it was, but that was notable because it took her a while to get hers as well. And she had served for a long time, so that makes sense. We also have an upcoming engagement for King Willem Alexander of the Netherlands and Princess Catherine Amalia, who is his heir. And she just broke her upper arm in a horseback riding accident. She had to have surgery, most likely hardware. So I'm surprised she's doing a joint engagement so soon. Although I will say, I broke my wrist. I had to have surgery on it. It was also a horse riding accident. And I had a plate and 9 screws in there. I only needed my prescribed medication, like the heavy duty stuff, for like a week. And then I was pretty good. So I'm not surprised because my initial thought was, I wonder how many drugs she has going in her system for this engagement. Hopefully not too many. Again, I'm hoping she's on the mend. Definitely utilize the skills of a great physical therapist, and she should be on her way very, very soon. But I did want to mention that real quickly here. All right. So, though, moving on to this Father's Day post. And it's just one of those things, because you're on social media, because you have the public platform, you can get called out for different things based on how you're reacting. So, again, one of the things I called out is that Lily is Megan's obvious favorite. And she hasn't said that directly, going, Lily's my favorite. I don't, care as much about Archie as I do about Lily and her future. But she has also said it in as many words and through her Instagram posts for her daughter's birthday. So 4 pictures, 2 videos to commemorate it, where she only posted one single picture of her son for his birthday. And those kind of behaviors are very reflective. And that's a hard thing about Instagram. Meghan Markle, I think, is just so incredibly she has this upcoming interview, and I'll do a real quick video on that too to go up hopefully tomorrow. But Meghan Markle has done another podcast because, of course, when you don't have any products yet and you're launching a big brand, what you want to do is endlessly go on every other podcast and not ever get your products out. That's a gangbuster plan there. It drives me bonkers. Anyways, so when it comes to this, though, Meghan was giddy as all get out. You could just tell the glee in the fact that in this new interview that she had posted that video and it went so viral. Like she is ecstatic about that. And so everything about Meghan when it comes to Instagram and social media is a performance. And the performance reflects the mindset of the performer. And that is 100% Meghan because she claims that the mama dance was an authentic thing. But I was like, no, you posted it at a strategic time. You took it for a strategic reason. Like, I doubt anybody was going, Meghan Markle, show us your mama dance. And so it was a way for her to try to kind of get a reaction rather than something that was natural and organic. She struggles with authenticity endlessly. And that's part of the problem with social media and Instagram as well, is that she's not authentic and she has always viewed Instagram as a way to reflect her perceived image of herself rather than who she really is, which is why, and this will be the next video that hopefully gets up tomorrow, when she says something incredibly stupid like, oh, I just want people to tell the truth. I was like, well, Megan, you've lied like numerous times, like literal lies that we can count you on. Oh, the royal family, I basically had to wear beige because I didn't want to clash with anyone. And then now all she wears still is beige. So I believe Meghan Markle, that was a personal decision on your part. You like beige. Like, stop lying. We had the walk back of the racism allegations, basically. And then sort of her author, Omid Scobie, lying and saying he didn't put the names in the book, but somehow they were the right names of the alleged royal racists. Then we have they lied about when Archie was born. They lied about when she went into labor. Like they played games with the press endlessly. She has lied numerous times. Like just even in the engagement interview, going, well, I didn't know who he was really. I didn't really know anything about the British monarchy, even though there's a picture of her outside Buckingham Palace. Not that she knows everything, but she acted like she really was unaware and that, oh, in the United States, we don't have tabloids. And it's like, yes, we do. You're lying. She can't help herself. So all that to say, that's another video for another time, but that all factors into this Instagram post for Father's Day as well. Because Meghan, again, it's her shadow self. Somebody mentioned that before. The shadow self is what people think they are, not what they really are. And that's Instagram for Meghan. And of course, we can read a lot into it. I think things she doesn't want us to read into it because unfortunately for her, the more she gives us, like her squatting and twerking in a hospital room, we will forever use that image, Meghan Markle, because you gave it to us. That'll be out there forever. And we will use that endlessly to compare you to the royals, and you will always come out looking worse. So just keep things in mind. So we're still at 3.8. Let's see where we're almost to 3.9. But see, this was the catalyst. This kind of thing doesn't work as well. Now, videos, of course, are better than static images, but let's look at what Meghan Markle said about herself for Mother's Day. I think I went too far. There we go. She says, Happy Mother's Day. Cheers to juggling it all with joy. And to those two gems who still attempt to climb Mama Mountain, smother me with kisses, and make every day the most memorable adventure. Being your mom is the greatest privilege of my life. No, she still wants the very expensive trinket jewelry. That's the thing she values most in her life. And Instagram and people giving her attention, which her children are doing right now. But once they're old enough and they're not giving her the attention she wants to, it's going to be a challenge for her. Anyways, she said, I too love you more than all the stars in the sky, all the raindrops, and all the salt on the French fries in all the world. Okay. And this is what she says for her husband. Now, granted, there is a video, but she goes, the best. Happy Father's Day to our favorite guy. That's literally all she says. The best. Happy Father's Day to our favorite guy. She doesn't even mention his name, doesn't talk anything about him being a father. Now, granted, she's attempting to let the video do the talking. So let's watch a little bit of this video because, yes, the video does help, but at the same time, you seem to really enjoy talking about yourself as a mother. You rarely talk about him as a father. And you're not even talking about him being a father here. It's just, oh, my favorite guy. Like, what about he's the greatest dad in the world, the love and joy he gives. Now, granted, again, she's hoping the video does the talking. But let's look at this. And also, it's kind of a little ridiculous. I wonder if that's real or not. I could totally see that being photoshopped, but that's a little ridiculous if you're doing that every time. But Meghan strikes me as somebody who overdoes things all the time, which I think can be like overwhelming and overstimulating. But let's watch the video. Oh, and again, we're also getting so many videos and pictures and images of the kids now. So clearly she's also trading off the kids. So it's finally happening. I mean, we've talked about it for a long time, but yes, she is officially merging her children basically. And so it's like also if you notice that was like a hospital bed. I was like, was he in the hospital bed hanging out with the kid? Because that's not should not be what's happening. And it's just music playing over, so we don't know. Then we have this little moment. I mean, it's cute. We just saw that picture the other day. I think it was flipped though. I mean, that's cute. Okay, this is just your child. That's not Harry interacting with your child. She actually does this a couple of times. Okay, so that's your kids. Where's Harry? Just pointing that out. Okay, there we go. And then just the kids again. There's Harry with the kids. And there's Harry with the kids. And Harry with the kids again. Okay, but see, this stuff looks so staged. I mean, even that looks very, very staged, like for Father's Day or something. She's like, "Go kiss your dad so I can get a video of it so I can post it." That's the thing. So I watch a guy, and I mentioned this before, who kind of analyzes and kind of tries to expose family vlogging. And this reminds me a lot of that. Is this a natural moment, or is this a moment Megan concocted to get the Instagram video so she could try to gain more followers? That's sort of the problem. Like my sister, she has decided not to put basically any images of her child on the internet. And she does that because there's so many different things. She doesn't even share his name, like so many different things. And she's doing that in part to protect it. Harry and Meghan have said they're trying to protect their children, but now they're monetizing off them. And in particular, they might be actually pushing the kids to do things to get content. And that's so much different than what the royals do. So when George, Charlotte, and Louis, they're there at Trooping the Color. I was there just this week. I saw all three of them. They're not performing for the camera. What they're doing is they're attending an official event in an official capacity. So there is expectations of behavior, but they're not being forced to do something for content. They are senior royals. They'll be senior working royals one day. And George is the heir to the heir. So they are the children of the future king. So they're part of their, you could say, growing up life is having this public persona, but they're not doing it for content. They're doing it for the continuation of the monarchy because I have I have described sort of growing up within the royal sphere sort of like this is like it's an unofficial social contract basically that if you are a parent and your child is going to be the future monarch or you're the heir or whatever, there is an expectation that yes, you share part of your life because you're getting a lot of things in return, number 1. But number 2 is that if nobody knows who your kids are, nobody's attached to them to continue the monarchy. So they have to be seen. They have to be seen doing things. It helps people attach to them. It helps the future generations. Like you have to see that interaction. But here, it's not for the continuity of the monarchy. It's not for the future. It's not for anything. It's so Meghan Markle can make content. She desperately needs content because this looks like actually the same Father's Day morning. So I think that's very, very clear too. And you got to think it took her until way in the afternoon Pacific time to post this. And that's because they were probably furiously trying to edit something together so they could get something strategic to post, not just to post something naturally. Now it's all strategic. Now, granted, it should have been that before, but actually, when it comes to social media and celebrities now, a lot of them do dictate their social media. And I'm sure Megan is doing a lot of this too. But this whole very, very hard strategy, I think, again, is going to backfire because she's trading off her kids to get attention. The royals aren't doing that. The kids go to events in part for the continuity of the monarchy and all these sorts of things. Megan is doing it for content. And I think that's a really important distinction to make. And it would be helpful if we like actually heard them interacting because this feels like it means nothing. Archie's hair, I think that's Archie, is darker. Again, we have mixing hair colors. Okay, it's cute, but it doesn't mean anything. Okay, and this again, we have this weird video of just Lily walking. Now, granted, maybe this is one Harry took, but have videos of Harry with the kids. Now, granted, that's most of it, but again, we've had a couple of them where it's just the kids. Like, why? And if it's a personal video that Harry took for his own recollections, why do we need to see it? Because it doesn't mean anything here. Again, it's now seems like everything they're doing is just for content. And a long time on Lily, because again, she's the favorite. We got a long time on Lily. So, okay. Oh, we gotta do the bike riding because Harry needs to bike ride with his kids because his father couldn't teach him how to ride a bike way back in the day, or they couldn't go bike riding without paparazzi or something ridiculous like that, which was again another lie. Only following. Yeah, it might not be the same day there. No, 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 it is. I think, yeah, Archie's pajamas are definitely the same. So that's 100%. All of this is for content. But if you think about this and just a broader view, I don't think Markle values fatherhood. I don't think she does. And we see this reflected in her own life. She has no relationship with her father, and she has no relationship with her father in law. And as a result, her husband has no relationship with his father either. And it makes it harder for Charles even to celebrate Father's Day because he can't mention his second son. And that's because Meghan Markle, number one, I don't think she values men generally. She is a toxic feminist in the way that she sort of believes that men should be punished for the quote unquote patriarchy. And she doesn't put any value on them. And she doesn't really put, I don't think, any value on fatherhood either. That's just my personal opinion. Take it or leave it. But I see that reflected in how she talked about him. Yes, we have all these cute moments, which are great. But why couldn't she muster up well, maybe she got 20 words, 30, 40 words like she did for herself about being a mom, talking about what it means to see her husband as a father. He's just the best. Our favorite guy. That's it. That's it. Just the best. Our favorite guy. The best what though? Father. I mean, I would guess. But shouldn't she say something more along the lines of, "Oh, I love you like every salt on the fries," or whatever the heck she was talking about. She has a real obsession with, like, food stuff. It's kinda weird. Anyway, she could talk about the blessing it is to see Harry as a father, how much of a wonderful father she is, how much she values it, but the thing is, I don't think she values it. I do not think Meghan Markle values fatherhood. I think she values motherhood so much more. She values the girls so much more. That's why we get 4 posts on Lily and only 1 on Archie. With the Instagram, Meghan Markle shows where her values truly lie. And it's not on Harry, and it's not on the role he plays within their family. We have been told explicitly by People magazine, which has obviously very good sources, we know this, that Meghan makes all the decisions in their household. That generally doesn't bode well for the long run. Not that obviously women can't make decisions in the home, of course they do, but that Harry has been totally and completely emasculated by her in all aspects of his life, basically. He's no longer the breadwinner. He no longer has a relationship with his family. He doesn't have like this big royal role. He's basically just a handbag to her. He's just basically there for her to get ahead because he has the title. That's the only value that he has to her, I think, is that title. And so as a result, she doesn't put much effort into a Father's Day post. Yes, there's a strategic video where I'm sure she's like, "Harry, get a couple of videos, your favorite videos of the kids. I'll get some and we'll get it over to our editor and they'll put one together and we can get this on Instagram so we can obviously it's going to be like the mama dance thing." But of course, it's not taking off in the same way by any stretch of the imagination. It's barely moved the needle. And I'm sure that'll irritate her too. But Megan's just doing what she needs to, and that's why it was so late in the day. Why not have a quick picture and then later do a video? Do a picture and share all how much you love your husband and how much of a great father he is. But again, I don't think she values a role in the house. She doesn't value his leadership. She doesn't value anything about him. He's just a tool for her to use. And once he's no longer useful, I think she'll kick him to the curb because I don't think she sees any value in him. And that's what I think we see reflected in that post. Now, again, I'm just probably overly reading into it. Like, I'm sure Meghan Markle is thinking in her $16 million mansion, we're just, oh, not telling the truth about her. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm seeing what she's doing and she's not aware really totally of what she's doing. And I'm interpreting it. Maybe I get it wrong sometimes, but maybe too, I get it a little right. And I feel like for that Father's Day post, poor Harry, his wife just doesn't seem to care all that much about him and his role as a father. But of course, he shouldn't be surprised. He just needs to look to and see how she's treated her own father and father in law. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this video, and I should talk to you again very soon. Bye.